Okay, we're going up the tower, finally. Don't touch that. Why do I even bother? Elevators are just bad news in general. I mean, you see an elevator in a game like Dead Space, and you know you're going to have a battle on that elevator. If it's larger than normal, especially. I am the mirror on the wall, in the tower grand and tall. Your memories revealed to me, all your hardships plain to see. Shardsmith of Memories, Memiror. I mean, I would be pretty nervous about that elevator. There's no guardrails or anything. All your trials I have seen, and every moment in between. I call forth a wobbly giant, beaten once, now stands defiant. Let's see what we got. The Shadow Giga Slime. You know it's serious when they change color. Okay, okay. Spikes. He does spikes. So I'll say one of the big secrets about this boss is don't get hit. No, but seriously, that move right there, if you can just find a corner, stay in it, block it, something. His little minions do a miniature version. They go for 8 directions, while he only does the 4 cardinal directions. And while it is important to keep them low, he will summon 3 at a time as you kind of kill them too. Much like the other slime, he has a very specific jump pattern. The red slime will jump something like 5 times, maybe 6 times, where the shadow slime will jump just 3. He does have a feint where he pauses and does nothing and then continues. But the first jump will typically not hit you. The second jump will typically try to target you. So you don't have to just run. You can kind of sidestep just slightly. And the farther you move, the more he targets you as well. Bad parry there. I have leveled up since I first encountered the tower. One of the big things is having the red slime card. Makes walking through this guy's slime super easy, as it's a 30% reduction to environmental slows. I'm either level 34 or level 35 at this point in the game. I have read people beating the game closer to 38 and 39. I guess there's some kind of potential soft cap around this area as well, because enemies stop giving full experience due to not being the right level. Diminishing returns from farming lesser enemies, basically. Okay. I fought him enough times to learn most of his moves pretty accurately. I still got hit quite a bit. I am the mirror in the tower. I spy a memory of a flower. Burrowed deep inside your mind. Terror of the leafy kind. Some hints on this boss is if you stay close to him, he doesn't charge you. He doesn't burrow. And when he does burrow, you want to walk forward and not backwards. He's trying to sneak up behind you. He's not trying to attack your front. Parrying him is a really good way to just stay put. If you do get hit, he will knock you into these spikes. But yeah, I just walk through him and he's good to go. He's relatively easy. One of the issues I have is that my attack itself knocks me back a little bit. Got hit there when I shouldn't. Started summoning some spikes right on top of me. That's a problem. But he goes down. Floating high up in the sky, the remnants of a fortress fly. You fought with robots in the air. Let's see you handling a pair. So you have to deal with two Phasemen. There is no health bar. There is no need to kill them. You just have to survive this bullet hell and move forward. Then the real fight happens. That's right. He's back, but this time with four hands. The front fist cause shockwave, very similar to other enemies with shockwaves. So just dodge in between the angle of that and you're good. He does have a finger gun. Not too difficult to dodge either. As it is sort of a triple boss, that's really the major difficulty, is just having enough health and shielding and whatnot to get to this point and to stay active in either using your health potion or just not getting hit. I tend to prefer the top right corner. For whatever reason, it just feels easiest, even though I missed there, for dodging the shockwave. Actually really enjoyed this boss. He's a relatively early game boss comparative to the length of how the game has grown at this point. And I am decked out with some seriously heavy damage gear. I am not using the death ring. That is... I can't do it. It's too much. And the claymore itself is basically the best two-handed sword, so... It is always best to take a broken shield over a hit, especially on expert. You can do a lot more with a broken shield than with no health. I do find the bosses here definitely ramp up pretty hard. They, I think, are really expecting you to know how to use your shield pretty well as be probably a higher level and with more cards than I originally tried this on. So I do have all the cards in this fight. And once you beat Gundam, you're good to go. You can leave and come back. You have a checkpoint, basically. Every time you basically have a new boss image, toast, whatever you want to call it, you are capable of taking a break. Okay, he has shattered. Proof you've given of your strength, yet strength won't take you any length. The true trial is of the mind. 3 conundrums here you'll find. Okay, so we have 3 puzzles. One to the left is a phase puzzle. The one to the right is the block puzzles, 3 of them. And the one directly above is a season and phase time puzzle combined. Once you've seen them completed, they will be probably significantly easier than just staring at them. Let's just look at them real quick here. So this ghost head is intended to be a hint, as is the tile set. While we do have ice in the room, what it wants me to do, and I'm not doing it here, is turn on Twilight Sight. Twisight, whatever. Anyways, moving on to the next. We've got this room. We've got a phase plate blocked by flowers. This is pretty obvious. You just want to push this, but not in that timeline. It's got to be the fancier, cleaner timeline. I impressed myself there a little bit that I actually didn't mess that up. So there's obviously some season changes here. I miss a very obvious maneuver here. You'll see it in a second. But there was a phase plate up there I didn't use. So now I'm confused. I'm going to just try some different things here. You do want the hammer to be in that little slot. There, I use the faceplate only to walk down here and not really pay attention to what's going on with the hammer. Effectively, the arrow is knocking the hammer over, and you want it in that little corner, and it takes me some time to figure this out. Although this is kind of funny. If you put the arrow here, or leave it there, that's what it starts at, then it will knock her head off. But the hammer won't break. Notice that. So that's your hint, or it's supposed to be your hint, is that the arrow goes off no matter what, and that you can move things around here. It's a pretty obvious hint. It took me a minute, obviously, but it took me a bit of time to figure this out because I just wasn't maybe paying enough attention. was also pretty excited for having completed the boss challenge there. The Giga Slime was a big problem, but that was actually the first time I ever beat Terrorweed, and then just proceeded forward. Once you know, you just see it. So this is blocked off, which makes it so that this is actually necessary. You can't move the statue. But we'll try this again. Oops. Where am I going? Where am I going? Zephyr, what are you doing? So in the present, you can move here, but in the past, you can't. Or... past? We're in the past right now. The key thing is the fact that you can stand on the hammer. That was what I was misunderstanding here. If the hammer is in this corner, you can actually stand on it. I'm also paranoid. The game didn't heal me after beating the boss, so I'm paranoid that something is wrong. There we go. That's all I needed to do the whole time. But you cannot go through the arrow. Not sure why I did that. So here you just want to pass through. You don't really care about anything else. And the flowers grow. Now you can use the other side of the mirror plate. And then you need to whack the mirror to break the illusion. Easy peasy. Okay. This room, you just have to do 3 puzzles. Puzzles themselves are not too crazy. Very roundabout way to move those blocks to the right side there. Does anyone else remember those, like, picture puzzles? They were like 3x3s or 5x5s. I feel old. I just suddenly remember this while doing these puzzles, you know? I wonder if that's what inspired these themselves. I did find this last one the hardest. You do just have to kind of do a loop-de-loop, sort of, with these other cubes. I messed it up. So we circle these around. And we can get rid of this one all the way to the right. But we need to be able to push this one to the right, or to the left from the right. We need this one to do the same thing. So we're just going to circle these as well. Well, maybe not circle them, but just kind of push it around there and all done. Don't go out of the room without breaking that. Because it will reset the room. I'm like, oh, there's a head. Let me use the captain's head. Clearly, that's what it's trying to tell me. No, that is not what it was trying to tell you, Zephyr. I'm just trying to see the room by doing that over and over. We're just going to reset our gear here. Haha, ghost. Oh, wait. So maybe you'll be quicker on the draw for this room than I was. Didn't press the button fast enough on that one. You have to go past the phase plate, though. Yeah, see, you get caught on that phase plate. You don't want the phase plate. My timing is off. So I'm getting caught on that faceplate. There we go. They're banking on you, messing that up. Getting trigger happy. Then you just go in reverse order and break things. Okay, so we're at another checkpoint. You can leave at this point if you wanted to, and everything will stay the same again. The mighty puzzles all were solved. I'm done with rhymes. Never thought I'd have to come up with so many. I'm gonna find the most annoying thing ever. be fair, most of those are pretty annoying. So it's the same Hydra fight as before, you just have a fourth head. Naturally, it is the spring instead of summer. Want to get off of summer as fast as possible to get rid of that fire. Just like the normal fight, that's pretty much how you want to handle that. Now, something to note about this fight is you can parry the heads, which makes the fight drastically easier. But also, the Ice Hydra has a very specific pattern. I think he only has 3 patterns. Maybe he has only 2, but I think it's 3. I think there's 3 right there. So if you could figure out which pattern he's doing, you can actually avoid it entirely. He does an up and over here, and you can just move towards the center. I am also wearing the ice boots. I was wearing the summer greaves for the previous 3 bosses, but I put the ice boots on for this fight. Because, the winter Hydra isn't that, dangerous if you have the ice boots on, so it makes it a lot easier. I also have reflect damage, so, every time I parry, I do 75% of my attack to the target I parry in melee range. Has to be a melee attack, though. No shield. Darn it. Don't get too caught up in the weeds here. Literally. I do recommend killing the summer and the autumn Hydra first. But it can be worth it just to change the seasons every so often as well. Just to get rid of, say, the massive amount of ice that's going on here. You can parry the mushroom projectile, it does still explode. But you will have to probably double parry most things if you're sticking with the Autumn Hydra. So I just hit that to change the season, not realizing that it was summer. Not a fan of summer. We're almost done with it. It just needs like one more hit. I think it's 3 head smacks, maybe it's 4 head smacks, and they will light up the orbs each time. When you get a perfect block near the already grown thorns, it will pop the thorns near you. As well, after a critical, you can kill the thorns in 1 hit. This is huge. Did I say critical? I meant perfect block. So early on, the thorns do go away if you change it to winter, but later on, for whatever reason, it does not do that. But as long as you're in winter, you're not getting more thorns. And once you're down to 2 heads, they won't really do their moves anymore. They'll do it here and there, but not too often. I messed that up. I missed the block, but then dodged the attack, so... luck. I am focusing down the Spring Hydra here, because I consider it to be the more dangerous Hydra. Kind of. But they're both really low, so I'm just kind of evening them out a bit. Winter Hydra is not going to be that much of a threat. I'm doing like 365 on the block. Not a lot of damage. Doing 12,000 with that last hit critical. 15,000 with the last hit critical. Well, he's going to do his thing. He does the up and over maneuver there, if you can see it. And he's down. Just give up. So we're not done yet? Yeah. So I immediately start attacking, but again, there's no health bar. So this is a survival room. And I start noticing this, of course, right there when the Mimic slams down and the wall breaks. Or the platform breaks. So the platform will get smaller and smaller. It's not too difficult. If you have even a little bit of health, you can kind of just deal with it. Like I got hit by what, 2 things there, maybe 3 things. Once you get done with the Hydra, you're good. Evil Mirror. An insane battle and a broken heart? It's not cool, Mirror. It's not cool. Epic music. But Mirror wasn't expecting that. He was a good guy. So we're at the top of the tower. This does count as another checkpoint. So if you leave and come back, the tower the elevator will take you all the way up to the top of the tower. And that's it. It's a lot of bosses. And we have 2 more bosses left. We have Dad, who has lost his mind because he has gotten kind of possessed by the sword of the Cataclysm. And he is intent to revive the Cataclysm. And if you have all 3 catalysts after beating Dad, there will be a alternate ending. So until next time, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope your day was a little bit better. And good luck with your own challenges in this game if you're playing on hard or expert.